At the company holiday party, in front of 200 employees, Marcus leaned into the microphone and laughed. "My wife? She's a simple woman, very domestic." The room smiled politely. His mistress, standing near the bar in a borrowed dress, raised her glass. What neither of them knew was that the woman they were laughing at had just approved the budget for the entire room they were standing in. She was their CEO. She had been for 11 years. A Monday morning was already on her calendar. Her name is Vivienne Caldwell. She is 43 years old and she lives in a craftsman house on the quieter side of Portland, Oregon, the kind of neighborhood where the gardens are impeccable and nobody talks about money because nobody needs to. She drives a 7-year-old Volvo. She wears linen. She brings homemade soup to her neighbor's door when someone is sick. She is, by every visible measure, the kind of woman people describe as lovely, and then immediately forget. That is not an accident. Vivienne is the founder and chief executive officer of Caldwell Meridian Group, a mid-sized consulting firm with 412 employees, offices in 3 states, and an annual revenue that crosses $41 million. She built it from a converted garage in 2012, with a business plan she wrote by hand in a spiral notebook, and a loan she secured entirely on her own name. She also has a husband, Marcus. Marcus Voss joined the firm 6 years ago as a senior account director. He is charming, broad-shouldered, and very good at presentations. He is the kind of man who fills a room and empties it, slowly, of everything worth having. She hired him herself. She thought she was in love. She was. For a long time, she genuinely was. She believed in him, promoted him twice, covered for his missed deadlines, smoothed over his difficult clients, and never, not once, told him or anyone at the firm that the woman who signed his paycheck was the woman who made his coffee every morning. Her reasons were her own: privacy, protection, a marriage she was still trying to save. But at 9:47 p.m. on a Friday night in December, at the Caldwell Meridian Group annual holiday party, held at the Heathrow Ballroom on 5th Avenue in downtown Portland, Marcus walks to the microphone during the open remarks segment, and he laughs. He doesn't give a speech. He tells a story, the kind men tell when they've had 2 glasses of whiskey, and an audience and a woman nearby who is laughing at everything they say. He talks about his simple life at home, about how lucky he is to have a wife who handles the small things, the house, the cooking, the grocery runs. He calls her low maintenance. He says, and these are his exact words, "She's not exactly a boardroom woman, and that's fine. Not every woman has to be." The room laughs uneasily. His mistress, a woman named Tara who works in client liaison on the 3rd floor, whom Vivienne herself once gave a glowing performance review, raises her glass from near the bar. She is wearing a red dress she posted about on Instagram 3 days ago, tagged at a boutique in the Pearl District. She and Marcus have been together for 14 months. Vivienne is not at the party. She is sitting in her home office on the 2nd floor of the Craftsman House, video conferencing with her CFO about a Q1 forecast adjustment. Her laptop shows the party live stream, a corporate transparency initiative she introduced 2 years ago so remote employees could participate. She watches Marcus at the microphone. She watches Tara raise her glass. She closes the forecast document. She does not cry. This is important. She does not cry. There is a moment, 5 seconds, perhaps 10, where something in her face goes very still. The way water goes still before it freezes. The way a room goes quiet before a verdict. Her CFO asks if she's all right. Completely, she says. And she means it. Not because it doesn't hurt. It does. 14 months of betrayal hurts. A husband who has just described you to 200 of your employees as a pleasant domestic inconvenience that lands somewhere deep. But Vivienne Caldwell has been building things quietly her entire life. She knows exactly what to do with a problem that has finally made itself visible. He thought he had won the room that night. He had no idea what he had just set in motion. She does not call a lawyer that night. She calls her attorney, And there is a difference. Her attorney is a woman named Patricia Assay, who has been Caldwell Meridian's corporate counsel for 9 years and who has, in that time, developed a very specific respect for the way Vivienne operates. Vivienne speaks for 8 minutes. She does not raise her voice once. When she finishes, Patricia says, "Give me the weekend." What follows over the next 6 days is quiet, precise, and utterly devastating in its simplicity. First, the employment file. Marcus Voss, Sr., account director, has been on a performance improvement plan for 11 weeks. 3 missed client deliverables. 1 formal complaint from a junior associate, filed in October, citing hostile communication. The complaint was reviewed by HR. The PIP was issued. It was all documented, time-stamped, processed exactly as policy required. Vivienne had recused herself from that review, as she always did with matters involving people she knew personally. The PIP expires on the 14th of January. Second, the asset review. Vivienne and Marcus signed a prenuptial agreement in 2018 before their wedding. Marcus signed it without reading it carefully. She knows this because she watched him skim it over dinner at a restaurant called Canto in the Pearl District, and she noticed the moment he stopped reading and simply turned to the signature page. The agreement is specific. All assets created or held prior to the marriage remain separate property. The firm was founded in 2012. The marriage was in 2018. Caldwell Meridian Group belongs entirely to Vivienne. It always has. Third, the preparation. She does something that surprises even Patricia. She calls a meeting with her board of advisors, 3 people who have known her since the garage days. She tells them everything, not as a CEO managing a crisis, as a woman who built something extraordinary and is now choosing to protect it with the same intention she built it with. One of the board members, a 71-year-old woman named Gloria, who was once the youngest female CFO at a Fortune 500 company, listens to the whole thing and then says, "Vivienne, do it clean, do it right, and do it where he can't rewrite the story afterward." She nods. She schedules a company-wide all-hands meeting for the following Thursday at 10 a.m. She also schedules a private one-on-one with Marcus Voss at 9:45 a.m., and she calls the building's head of security to let them know there will be a termination that morning requiring an escort to the elevator. She sleeps well that week. She has always slept well when she knows exactly what she is doing. Thursday morning, January 14th. The Caldwell Meridian Group offices occupy floors 8 through 11 of the Hargrove building on Southwest Broadway. The lobby has floor-to-ceiling windows that let in the January light, gray and flat and honest, the way Portland mornings tend to be. At 9:38 a.m., Marcus Voss steps off the elevator on the 9th floor with a coffee in one hand and his phone in the other. He is 4 minutes early for what he believes is a routine one-on-one check-in with his department head. He does not know the check-in has been rerouted. The conference room he is directed to is the one called the Meridian, glass walls, long table, the view of the Willamette River in the distance. Vivienne is already seated, not across the table. At the head of it, he stops in the doorway. She is wearing a charcoal blazer he has never seen before. Her hair is pulled back. On the table in front of her is a single manila folder. Patricia is seated 2 chairs to her right. HR Director James Whitmore is seated across from Patricia. Marcus looks at the room. He looks at his wife. Something recalibrates behind his eyes. "Viv, what is this?" She does not answer immediately. She gestures to the chair directly across from her. He sits. Because when Vivienne Caldwell gestures to a chair, people sit. She opens the folder. "Marcus, your performance improvement plan concluded. This morning, after full review, the decision has been made to end your employment with Caldwell Meridian Group, effective today." He blinks. "I'm sorry, my employment? You can't, Viv. You don't even work here." She slides a single sheet of paper across the table. It is the company's organizational chart. Oh, at the top, in the clean sans serif font used on all official documents, it reads, "Chief Executive Officer, Vivienne Caldwell." He stares at it. The paper doesn't move. She doesn't move. I founded this company in 2012, she says. Her voice is completely level. I have been its CEO for 11 years. I hired you in 2018. I promoted you twice. I recused myself from your PIP review so that it would be handled without bias. She pauses. It was handled without bias. He opens his mouth, closes it, opens it again. You're the Hal. You never said, I know, Marcus. At the holiday party last month, in front of 200 of our employees, you described me as a simple woman. Low maintenance. Not exactly a boardroom woman. She says it without cruelty, just with precision. I want you to understand, that is not why this is happening. Your performance record is why this is happening. The formal complaint filed against you in October is why this is happening. What you said at that party? She closes the folder. I simply want you to know that I heard it. James Whitmore places the separation agreement in front of Marcus. 2 copies. A pen. At 9:58 a.m., 2 minutes. Before the company-wide all-hands meeting is scheduled to begin, the one that will introduce 3 new executive initiatives and, incidentally, feature Vivienne standing at the front of a packed auditorium as the undisputed head of the company, Marcus told 200 people she had nothing to do with. Marcus Voss signs the separation agreement. Security walks him to the elevator. He carries a small cardboard box. He does not say goodbye to Tara, who learns of the termination at 10:17 a.m. along with everyone else in a room where Vivienne is already speaking from the front. She does not mention Marcus. She talks about Q1 strategy, about the new Austin office opening in March, about what she is building next. She looks like a woman who has never, for a single moment in her life, been anything other than exactly this. And she is. She always was. Tara resigns 3 weeks later. Marcus calls 14 times in January, 6th in February, twice in March. Patricia handles the communications. Vivienne does not take a single call. The divorce is finalized in April. The prenuptial agreement holds. Marcus retains his personal savings, his car, and whatever version of himself he can still recognize in the mirror. He does not retain any claim to the firm, the house, the investments, or the life that Vivienne spent 11 years building while he was busy explaining her away. He takes a position at a smaller firm in Boise. The salary is 1/3 of what he made at Caldwell Meridian. His colleagues there don't know his history. Not yet. Vivienne Caldwell drives her 7-year-old Volvo to the office on the first Monday of May. The Austin office opens on schedule. She plants tomatoes in the garden that weekend. She sleeps the way she always sleeps when she knows exactly what she is doing. Some men spend their whole careers looking for a powerful woman to stand beside. Marcus had one. He used her as a punchline. She didn't fire him because he laughed at her. She fired him because he earned it. The laugh just made sure she was watching when it happened. She didn't destroy him. She let 11 years of his own choices do it. She just finally stopped protecting him from them. If this story made you feel something, share it with a woman who needs to remember her worth. Subscribe to Silent Empire for more stories of women who got the last word.